Hey everybody, it's Jason Blahai here, and one of the most common questions I've gotten with some of this bench press stuff I've been talking about is what about people with long arms? Why shouldn't they be doing partials on the bench press? And alright guys, I know this is the third bench press video for the day. I decided what the hell, let's make it a 3-for-1, 3 different bench press videos in one day. So, people with long arms, a lot of people ask, well, people with long arms can't bench as far without hurting their shoulders and everything. They can't go all the way down. This is nonsense. Yes, there are people like they're out that, but they're such a statistical minority that they're almost not worth addressing. I am going to address them, even though they're probably at the very most 1% of the population. I doubt they're even that high. I have monstrously long ape arms. Ape arms. Look how long my freaking arms are. You guys have seen me deadlift. You've seen me press. You've seen me that I press like 30 inches when I bench press. I actually use a close grip to get an even deeper range of motion. So I'm like this. Look how far back I come to even touch my chest because of my stupidly long arms when I close grip. This is the grip I use. I'm all the way down here. My shoulders don't hurt. I've never had a shoulder injury or a rotator cuff strain. I do the extra range of motion so that I can build more strength and more development overall in things like my chest. So I do a close grip. When you do a wide grip, you're moving the weight at even shorter distance. So these guys who are talking about this, most of it is nonsense. Now, if your arms are a lot longer than mine, then okay, maybe you're that very rare genetic minority who has this issue. If that is you, you don't have a lot of options as far as anything but a barbell, and here's why. A lot of people will say, well, they can do dumbbells because you can turn the dumbbells in and that protects the shoulders more. Well, all that does is replicate the bar path of going lower on the chest. Let me show you exactly what happens here. If you come down and touch lower on the chest with the bar, you get the exact same effect with a straight bar that you do with your hands turned in with the dumbbells. So by turning the hands in on the dumbbells, you just replicate that same range of motion. It doesn't change any of the shoulder stuff. You just need to learn how to bench press correctly. So a lot of the guys who think it's because their arms are too long is because they don't know how to perform the bench press safely or correctly. So they're touching too high up on the chest and they're flaring too much at the bottom and getting more out here instead of here. That's their problem. It's not necessarily that their arms are so long. It's that they're performing the exercise in a bar path that's incorrect. So if dumbbells seem to correct it for you, then it's because you're not performing the bench press correctly. Go back to the bench press. It's not your problem. And if they've got longer arms, the dumbbells let you bring the weight even lower than the barbell would. So if they're down here and they're doing this then with the dumbbells, they're actually putting the shoulders through an even deeper range of motion than the barbell will let them do. You see the problem there. It's not a solution. The solution for someone who's in that situation is they need to find a way to safely limit the range of motion, because as I discussed in the video on how to stop your shoulders from hurting, the partials will injure you over time because you're not building the strength of it and you're going to accidentally fail. If your arms are so long or you have a shoulder issue that doesn't let you touch your chest safely at the bottom, even down here low on the chest without pain, what you should consider doing is finding a way to physically, with an object, limit the range of motion. I don't recommend you do it in pins on steel or on safeties because that beats your joints up over time. There's a reason powerlifters who do partials don't do pin presses. They develop other ways to do this because they beat your joints up. So the option for you in that case is going to be a couple different things. You can do board presses, to where you just do a one board. You put a one board on your chest, it comes down, you stop here, you can't go as deep. A one board is going to be 1.5 to 2 inches thick. So you press to a board on your chest, it gives you a soft touch, just like your chest would instead of hitting steel, and you press up off of it. You do it on every single rep that you do. Another option, if you don't want to use boards, is what we call a carpet press. You take a piece of carpet and you roll it up in a ball to whatever thickness you want, and it compresses a bit on your chest, and it gives you a soft touch so that you can press against that and then press. A lot of powerlifters use a rolled up carpet like that called a carpet press to again limit range of motion off the chest. These are generally things done by equipped lifters who bench with a shirt, but if your shoulders are an issue for you on the range of motion, you should do these. If your shoulders are an issue on range of motion, you should never ever do a partial, which is air between you, because for the reasons I pointed out, what's going to happen is all those muscles are going to get tighter, you're going to lose strength through that bottom range of motion. And when you accidentally fail one day, or you accidentally drop a weight that's higher than your 1 rep max through that bottom, because your 1 rep max through the bottom might actually be 50 pounds less than you've been using on the barbell for your rep work due to not having strength through that, you're going to snap something. So if that's the route that you feel that you absolutely must take, doing just partial presses in the air is going to get you hurt even worse. So you need to do something like a board press or a carpet press in that case. But I think for many of you, it's just the way that you're performing the exercise that's the problem, not your arms being too long. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time. But let me give you guys a bicep shot before I go. Oh, Mount Biceps.